Final 2 minutes. Good morning. Welcome to a new session. The topics are exception handling, in this we are going to learn what is through and how to use it, and then user defined exceptions. And then file processing. How to open a file, how to write into a file, how to encode a file and how to decode a file. So it is almost 9 o'clock. Seems all the students did not join it. We'll wait for a few more minutes. We'll wait till 9:05. Mr. Barco, are you practicing? Mr. Barco, are you practicing? Okay, let us start. This is Visual Studio. So far we have been doing programming in online compilers. This is how Visual Studio looks like. These are default namespaces which may or may not use. Okay, so let us just review the concept of exception handling. So I read two numbers, A and B. Using console readline method. Let us read A and let us read B also. Convert dot to int32. This is the advantage of using Visual Studio. You get prompts, you need not remember all the syntax. So read two numbers. If, now try, find out C, or let C equal to 0 in the beginning. Now find out C. C is equal to A by B. Okay. Now catch the exception. And you don't know what exception it is. Simply type exception. Exception E. Now print the message of that exception. Okay. Say otherwise, what happens? Print say A, B and C. Okay. Using a different method. So what you need to print? You need to print A, B and C. Okay. Console.read key is like get character. You read A, B. In try block you find out C. In the exception block you print the message. If there is no error, we go to finally, and if there is error also, we come to finally. If there is divide by 0, then we print initial value of C, otherwise actual value of C. Okay, so let us run it. Asking for A and B values. Say A value. In some issue here. Read AB and then try C equal to 0. catch exception. Acha, M in M you should use capital M. Okay. So A value is 10 and B value is 0. Okay. So you got the error message and previous value of C. Now say A value is 10, B value is 5. Okay, now you got the current value and there is no error. Now let us take an example where we use throw. I'll explain you the application of throw with the help of an example. Read marks. Okay, and send these marks to a function which determines whether the student cleared the exam or not. Static function so it returns nothing. Function name is assessment. Input is marks. Input is marks. Okay. If marks less than 40, less than 0, or marks greater than 100. If marks less than 0 or greater than 100. So please let me know if you are not following. Please let me know if you are not following. If marks are less than 0 or greater than 100, throw an exception object, throw an exception object with message invalid marks. Throw an exception object with message invalid marks. Okay. Else print say else if marks are less than 40, print student failed the exam. Okay, grade is fail. Okay, else print pass. Okay, is this clear? So we have taken care of 3 issues here. One is when marks are less than 0, when marks are less than 0, when marks are less than 0 or greater than 100, we throw an exception. Okay, we throw an exception object by name invalid marks, otherwise everything is fine. Now try this function. What is the name of the function? Assessment. pass marks to it. Okay, if this is fine, then you get the actual output. Otherwise, when it throws exception, the catch statement catches the exception. Okay, and now here print the exception message. Okay, so I will tell you later why finally is required. Even though it is not there, it's okay. Console.writeLine, say evaluation is done. Okay, so we read marks and pass marks to a function by name assessment. In the function, if marks are less than 0 or greater than 100, we throw an exception. An error is thrown. Okay, and that error is caught in the main method. Okay, and exception is printed. If everything goes fine, then no exception is thrown and rest of the process will continue. So let us run it. So seems there is some error. It's still going on. So enter the marks. I entered 39. So what happened? Fail. Okay, good enough. Now let me enter 40. Pass. Okay, good enough. No exception is thrown. Now -1. The marks are -1. So system exception is printed. Invalid marks. Okay, and finally statement evaluation is done. Okay, let us enter marks more than 100. So exception is thrown and exception message is printed. Is this clear? This is application of throw. So whenever we get an error, exception is thrown to the place where the function is called and is caught. Is this clear? So please let me know if you don't understand, or let me know even if you understand. Please say something. So please say something, understood or not? I know that there is some time lag between you and me, maybe half a minute. So did you understand the concept of throw? Okay. So let us take one more example. Say console dot write line a prompt, enter your age. Okay, now before that, it is an admission form you are going to fill. So console dot write line. Okay, and this is admission form, And in the admission form, your age should be at least 18. Otherwise you will not be allowed. This is age. Okay, and this is admission. The application name is admission. Okay, and you are passing age. Okay, now say admission is done. And let us go to function. Input is age. The application or method name is admission. Okay, if age is less than 18, okay, so you are not allowed. You are not allowed is a message of the exception. Okay, else you can complete the form. Console dot write line. So you can fill the admission form. You can fill admission form. Okay, now let us run this. It takes the same time even for a small application or a big application. Say age is 20. Okay, so you can fill admission form. Admission is done. Now say age is 17. You are not allowed. Okay, admission process is over, not done. I should change the output statement. Okay, is this clear? But you are not allowed. Is this clear? Now, and this is about throw. Let us go to user defined exceptions. There are two types of exceptions. One is system exception. The second is user defined exception. Second is user defined exception. System exception, say like divide by 0 exception. Okay, say index out of range. Okay, so these are all user defined exceptions. Sometimes the exception you want may not be available in system exceptions. Okay, like age restriction exception. Okay, this is not there in the system. Say invalid marks exception. This is also not there in the system. Okay, but you can write your own exceptions. Age restriction exception, invalid marks exception, etc. Okay, there is a class by name exception. We can derive our own exceptions from it, from exception class. Okay, we can derive our own exceptions from exception class. At the same time, what we use constructor of base class exception. Okay, so let us do it. So did you understand why you need user defined exception? Did you understand why do we need user defined exception? If the exceptions you need are not in system exceptions, okay, then you need your own exception. You can derive it from base class exception. Please let me know if this is clear. There is a time lag of 30 minutes of 30 seconds, I believe. So what about others? Only Arunasri is responding. Say Bhargav, Nandini, Gunavardhan, Rohita. So please respond. Okay. So let us go to Visual Studio and write our own exception. What is this? This is age restriction. Okay, write down. Create one more class. Class name is age limit exception. The exception name is age limit exception, and it is derived from a base class exception. Okay, now create a constructor. You know that constructor name is nothing but the class name. Okay, so let us take input as error message. Okay, now let us pass it to base class. I explained it earlier when I was explaining inheritance. Okay, so this is empty constructor because we are using constructor of base class, so you don't need to write anything here. Okay, now throw your own exception. What is your own exception? Age limit exception. Age limit exception. Okay, right, and this you are not allowed is passed to message. Create a new object of age limit exception class. Okay, now let us go here. So catch what? Catch age limit exception. Okay, and here print e dot message. Right, is this clear? This is generating your own exception. So please let me know whether I can continue or not. I will continue if you understand it. I did not write constructor because we are using constructor of base class. Okay, so what are you catching? You are catching your own exception. What's the name of exception? Age limit. Okay, let us check the spellings. So age limit, absolutely fine. Okay, so let us run it and see. So age is 17 years. Okay, you are not allowed. Is this clear? Is this clear? Most elegant way of using your own exceptions. Now, if age is 18, then you can fill the admission form. Is this clear? Is this clear? This is user defined exception. You can have multiple exceptions also. Okay. Suppose this is age lower limit exception. Age lower limit exception. Okay. So what is the exception? Age lower limit. Okay. You can have one more exception. Say else if age is more than 40. Okay. Throw one more exception. Age is more than 40, you throw one more exception. Throw one more exception. This is age upper limit exception. Age upper limit exception. Okay. Here also. Okay. Here you are less than your age is less. Okay, here your age is more. Your age is too less, say to get admitted. To get admitted. Okay. Here your age is too high. Your age is too high to get admitted. So example of having multiple user defined exceptions. One is age lower limit exception and second is age upper limit exception. Okay. Okay, you can have one more catch. What is this? This is age upper limit exception. Okay. Age upper limit exception. Object is E itself. Okay. What do you print here? Console dot write line E dot message. Okay. So multiple exceptions. So hope you understand it. Now let us write one more class. This is class age upper limit exception. Okay, derived from exception class. Okay, now let us have a constructor here. Public constructor name is same as that of the class upper limit exception, derived from exception. Okay, now input is message and this message is taken by base class. Okay, or you can write this here also in the next line also. So base message. Okay, and now this is empty empty constructor. Okay, is this clear? Now let us run it. Age lower, okay, or lower limit exception. This is age upper limit exception. Age lower limit, age upper limit. Catch lower limit, catch upper limit. So fine. So age is 17. Okay, which exception is caught? Your age is too low to get admitted, right? Now let us run it and give age 41. Okay, which is caught? The second one is caught. Your age is too high to get admitted. Okay, now normal case. So age is 25, right? So we did not put anything here. What we should have done is, we should put one more here, else, okay. So what do you write? Console dot write line. Okay, you can fill the form. As your age is fine with us. Now so age is 25. Okay, we can fill the form. Is this clear? Example of multiple exceptions. Fine. One class is age lower limit exception, other class is age upper limit exception. So we throw age lower limit when less than 18, we throw age upper limit when less than 40, greater than 40. Accordingly, exceptions are caught. Is this clear? Say, I want your feedback on it. What about others? We were discussing very important part of the subject. Exception handling. And users will not buy your system. Users will not buy your software if their problems are not handled properly, like the way we did it now. Okay, next. So this is about exception handling. Now let us go to file processing. Next topic is file processing. Okay, you know that WhatsApp is end-to-end encryption app. Okay, that is, the message you sent, the message you posted is encrypted. Okay, and then while it is sent to the receiver, it is decrypted, right? So nobody can decipher it, nobody can understand it. Okay, suppose people want to see the files in your laptop. Using C#, you can store information in encrypted form. so that even if they open your file, they cannot understand the contents in it. Is this clear? So you read information from outside and write in encrypted form. Then if you want to read that, then you can again convert back to human readable form. Okay, from human readable form into encrypted form, and then from encrypted form to human readable. Okay, is this clear? Is this clear? Okay, this is, you can do it while writing. Okay, you can do it while reading. Right? Or we can write human readable text. We can write human readable text and we can read human readable text. Okay, so there are two ways: you can encrypt or you can write straight away. Is this clear? So let us take a small example to understand it. So let us delete everything. Let us delete this class and delete this class as well. Make it a clean slate. Okay, now for this you need one more module by name system.io. You need one more, not module, one more namespace or package, system.io. Okay, system.io. Fine. Okay, let us create a new namespace for it. Go to file, new project. Okay, so console app. Let us call this as console.io. Console.io. Okay, let us create a new one. Say console.io. Console.io namespace is created. Right? Here you can write your program. Now let us create a string which is file name. Okay, so give the location of the file. Let us save It is my hard disk. In a hard disk I have these many folders. Okay, I take CSV folder. I take CSV folder. I delete everything here. Now this folder is empty. This has no files. Okay. Now here in this folder I'll create a file. Create a text file. Is this clear? Is this clear? Creating a file in folder D. Okay. File name is, so I need to put a character at the rate. I'll tell you later what it is. So string file name. Where is it file name? Where I want to create the file name? In CSV folder, the file name is new.txt. You have just seen that this folder contains nothing. It has no files in it. Okay, this folder is empty. Clear? Now let us write a function by name write file. To this let us pass the path. Let us write one more file, one more method, that is read file. And to this also let us pass file name. Okay, so we are going to write two methods. One is write file and second is read file. Okay, we create a new file and write the data in it. We create a new file and write the data in it. Okay, and then we open an existing file and read data from it. Okay, clear? Except Aruna and Bhargav, nobody is responding. So please do respond. So let us write method, static method. Okay, returns nothing. Method name is write file. Write file. Input is file name. You can give any name. So file name is the input. Right? Now it is writing data into file without encoding, without encryption. Anybody can see your data. We have a class by name file. Okay, and we have a method called write all text. We have a class by name file and we have a method by name write all text. Okay, here you tell where to write, and what to write. Okay, fine. So what to write and where to write. Where to write in this file name. What to write, hello, how are you doing? Clear? Is this clear? So this text will go to this file. Right? Next. See how simple it is. Simpler than C language. Okay? I told you earlier. C++ is simpler than C. and C sharp is simpler than C++. Okay, more sophistication, more simple. This is without using any tools. Okay, this is using some tools. This is doing using more tools. Clear? Is this clear? Now, second method, static void. What is that method? Read file. Second method is read file. Okay, so what is the input? Input is the same, file name. After the file is created, we are going to read it now. From file class, use read all text. Read all text. Okay, here give the path. What is the path? File name. Okay, right, and you need to print it, okay. So whatever you read will be printed. Is this clear? Is this clear? Without any encryption and decryption. Write all text into file. Okay, read all text from file and display on console. Fine. So let us run this. Okay. Let us do one thing. console.read key. This is static method. Let us use system.io also. System.io. Method is these two methods should be written inside the class. First is write name, write file. Okay. Fine. And then read file, console.write line. Okay. Now main method. Fine. So read from file. Let us open the file also. In CSV, what is the file? New file. So what is there in the file? Hello, how are you doing? Is this clear? Is this clear? Did you understand it? Did you understand it? The program is fine, no problem. Only thing is settings are changed. Okay? Mr. Bhargav, everything is fine. Now let us create one more file. This time say new one. Okay? And let us change the content this time. Say I am doing good. I am doing fine. Okay? Where am I writing it? In new one. Okay? Now let us run it. So what is printed and what is there in the file? What is there in the file? CSV file. Okay, new one. What is there in this? Hello, I'm doing fine. Is this clear? Is this clear? So this is without any encryption. Straight away writing it. So I hope you understand it. So what did we discuss? What is throw? How to write user defined exceptions, from exception, then multiple exceptions, how to create a file, write into a file, open a file, read from file. Okay, so these are the things we discussed today. Tomorrow I will extend this to encrypted files. Okay, writing encrypted data and reading encrypted data, so that nobody can decipher, nobody can understand what is there in the file. Otherwise, Anti-Corruption Bureau or CBI will track everything. So this is for today. Let me know if you have any doubts. So please let me know if you have any doubts in it. This is Visual Studio platform. Using it, you can generate mobile applications, web applications, and games. You can do anything. Okay, from here you can get connected to internet. From here you can get connected to database. Okay. So please let me know if you have any doubts. Otherwise, we will close the session. So closing the session then, we'll meet tomorrow at the same time.